We are live, or should be. Hold on, Twitch. Make sure. No, we are live. No, that was just me. That was me. Double checking. Because I'm always paranoid about that.
A dinosaur
Also, I got to run over your dinosaur story thing. I didn't intend to do that, but that's just an added bonus.
It was beautiful. I appreciate it. Thank you. Feel loved. Welcome everyone to this Werewolf the Apocalypse story. Victorian Werewolf. This is the finale. You're gonna be very confused if you step in right here, but we welcome you. And I'm Mara. I'm your storyteller for this. And joining me today are Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I feel like I was about to start the intro of hi, didn't see you there, as I take a sip of my drink. I am playing Alexis Theron Lambros, who is a Black Fury kinfolk.
And Holly.
I didn't mean to be drinking right there.
I'm just gonna wait for people to start drinking.
This is amazing, yes.
I have no drink.
Damn it! Go get one.
Go last.
Go get one, damn it. I'm kidding.
Playing, what am I? Juniper. She is a Metis Philadelphia stargazer.
Ooh.
I was about to call her Lucy. I have no idea why.
And Julia.
Do you have a character named Lucy?
Yes, I have in home work.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Julia and Sally of the Zodiac System, and I am playing Dapple, the Black Fury, the Lupus Black Fury Galliard.
And William Rashani.
Hi, I am William Orshani, and I am playing Eileen Baird, the Hamid Ragabash of the Shadow Lords.
Sadly parched. Just absolutely no water drinking going on over there whatsoever.
Super thirsty.
Yeah.
She is quite the thirsty individual, but she's in control of that problem.
Trying to think if there's a transition I can do, and I cannot think of one. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. Welcome to this game, which is a horror game. Horrible things might happen in here. Hopefully they do, honestly, because that's what I'm aiming for. As we rejoin the pack, having had a discussion with a individual running a gun shop that was being supplied by, turns out, Black Spirals, and a ghoul that worked as a cashier at said store, and was listening in on some conversations that she shouldn't have been, and got just desserts.
Also, Happy Wrath.
I was about to say, also, Gay Pride is over. Welcome to Gay Wrath.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, Minority Mental Health Awareness Month and Disability Pride Month.
There we go.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
All of those things. But back to 1885? Yes, that is the year's episode.
You're the one driving the bus.
1778.
Incorrect. You don't want to go that far back. That would be...
Oh, I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
Oh, boy. We're in London, and rain patters on the windows outside of the hotel that you all are sitting in.
Are we in a hotel now?
Yes. We are in a
hotel. You were in the Umbra after having murdered someone after interrogation.
It was justice.
Dapple, and Wolfric.
It was justifiable homicide, correct.
Yeah.
Justifiable murder.
But I had to. Shut up. You went there.
No. But I support your murder.
You often do.
Yes, I do.
No.
So we completely derailed your recap.
No, that was the recap.
That was the recap. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
At this point, Alexis turns to the camera in a fourth wall break and says, "Watch K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix." I'm sorry, did you think this was going to be over once I made all the final show films people watch? No.
No, absolutely not.
I thought you'd
If I
forgotten.
have to go to the house of every person who has a Netflix account and turn on their TVs to this so we get a sequel, I will do it.
CJ,
Oh, no,
okay,
my
you cry.
my child now wants to watch it.
Jeremy is my favorite type of menace.
There are fireworks happening outside.
Yeah, that's going to be happening all week.
I fucking hate this week so goddamn much. Every year.
I try not to go outside this time of year because fireworks sound like gunshots.
Yep.
Back in 1885.
There
More
are so many.
specifically, in 1885 in England, so we don't have to worry about the
London.
4th of July.
Yes.
I was still accurate.
Uh-huh.
Where
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't have to worry about 4th of July fireworks.
Mhm.
My brain is scanning so many different songs that say a year into 1885. I need to stop.
You could decide to just leave this and go to America, because I believe that was an offered perk that got your Black
Yes,
Sparrow kinfolk
To our
friend here.
kinfolk, correct.
Yeah. So,
I
you know,
mean,
that is a possibility.
I'm just saying, like, this is season 2, 3 years from now, the group of us in the Old West, fuck yes.
Oh,
The fact that the year ends in 85 has put a very particular song in my head.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Why'd you have to do that?
I'm blissfully ignorant.
Dee 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 dee. Okay, that's enough.
Ah,
I don't want us to get copyright stricken. Universal apparently has been
1885.
really harsh. There's a Bowling for Soup song called 1985 that is all about the
Okay.
nostalgia of that era.
All right.
It's a great song, but it is the earwormiest earworm you will ever earworm.
Okay.
That's not true. That's Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head. Appropriately enough for the title.
Just chiming in to remind everyone that that is not Bowling for Soup's song. It's a cover from Fountain of Wayne.
Fair enough.
And every time they have a concert, they egg people on asking if they want to hear 1985. And when everybody chimes in, yes, they cut in and say, that's not our fucking song, and then start the song.
Wait, Fountains of Wayne, the Stacy's mom band?
Yeah. Or wait, no, I'm mixing those.
Yes. Bowling for Soup absolutely is 1985.
Yeah.
I know them for 2 songs, 1985 and Alexa Bliss.
High School Never Ends.
They did Alexa Bliss's song?
They did no. They did a song about Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Okay.
Alexa Bliss stars in the music video. It's amazing. Sorry, we're in 1885 in Victorian England.
I was gonna wait to see how
hotel.
long you guys would keep doing this.
We will keep doing this till the break.
Okay.
They're like, it's fine. I don't have to work. So,
After
hotel
breaking the
room.
4th wall.
Yeah. I mean, you were kind of leading the conversation.
I fucking forget where we were. After all that shit, I don't know.
Okay.
All that shit, and more specifically, the last 7 days.
Yeah, also the last 7 days.
So you all know that Juniper had been interrogating the ghoul that had been found. She had been relaying all of that information that had been gotten. So just to remind y'all, for everything that has been discussed so far, Michael, the kinfolk who is also in the room,
Right.
is the immediate contact he had along the back spirals was a guy named Norman Legg, who is not the leader as far as he knows of whoever is supplying him. That's some woman that Norman Legg is like associates with, basically. The shipments have changed in volume recently. They come like every couple of weeks, and it's a little bit until the next one is supposed to show up. But he's been told that, for one thing, he got a bigger shipment this last time, like a lot more crates of things. And the he got told that people would be coming to pick things up in like bulk, which is different from how he normally sells, which is to individuals in like small groups type of thing. Let's see. Norman also usually shows up when he does these drop-offs with 2 Fumarai. And in exchange for getting him an escape hatch out from the Black Spirals, Michael's cooperating. He's been cooperating fully since then. The cashier, Mary, was listening in on the conversation. She was a vampire school for some sort of a Batman who lives in the sewers, according to her. She said he kind of has a lot of contacts and information, and she meets with him by a drainage gate behind a brewery in St. George, which is like an industrial area near the Thames docks. So fairly busy location.
I do appreciate that in non-modern nights you can call someone a Batman and expect the characters to not get that reference, while all the players in the background have to deal with it.
Yep.
If I recall correctly, we ended last session on Wolfric dealing with the ghoul.
Yes. Who now lies dead. Blood seeping out into the Umbra.
The conversation in the hotel, I don't know if we had anything else other than like facilitating this man's escape from Black Spirals.
Yeah. It's whether discussions about what you're doing next.
Right. Okay, yeah.
All right, look, I'll make sure that Michael gets somewhere out of spiral reach.
What, you're saying you don't want to go to a vampire-infested brewery?
Oh no, I'm going to the vampire-infested brewery too. I'm just saying, let me handle that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got you covered.
As you like.
Oh, and as a reminder, Michael had closed up his shop and kind of just tried to make it look as much as possible like he just closed up early for the day.
All right.
All right, Michael, you need to stay here. Wherever you went to go home to sleep, nothing there is yours anymore.
And trying to go back to it will probably just get you killed.
If there is some sentimental letter or locket that means so much to you, keep the memories in your head. If you go back there, you are dead.
He nods and seems pretty convinced.
Stay here. If there is any sign, we're going to be gone for a bit. We need to deal with some things. If there is any sign that you are about to be in danger, leave and
Wolfrick's gonna speak up. Do you want me to stay here with them and I can do
yes, if you could, Leah,
totem?
that would be perfect.
Putting our biggest, heaviest hitter here to keep an eye on this gentleman would probably be a good idea while we go deal with everything else by numbers.
Yep. Perfect. All right.
Headed to the vampire first? Sounds like it.
Seems like a plan.
All right. Life cut to
Ooh,
outside,
nice
rainy,
dissolve.
in the back alley behind a brewery. There's a lot of smoke and steam coming up from that place. It smells like boiling weird potatoes. That's what beer brewing smells like to me. And you passed by a couple of like clumps of what looks like sailors, dock workers, that type of folk. But back here it is quiet, besides the occasional rumble of a train going by, screeching wheels. And there's a storm grate about like a person could very easily fit through, one at a time.
I mean, I can go first if you
Dark.
want, but I feel like that's a bad idea.
I was about to say that seems like a good way to get you killed.
Yes, agreed.
All right, I'll take the person who's never in breed form as it stands. So I'll go first.
Right? Marching order. Who's going after that? Or is anyone staying up top or going in the upper?
Dapple will join on this side, right behind Eileen, as the secondary combatant.
Okay.
Juniper will look at Lexi and never call you by your name. And she'll say, "Do you want to go first so someone is behind you?"
Yes, that would be
Okay.
advisable. Yeah, I will go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, let's have everyone as you're heading down. I imagine you're trying to be quiet,
Generally.
possibly. Or yeah. Or you can be loud and, draw attention. But if that's the case, dexterity and stealth diff 6. And then I'll have a perception alertness for seeing how things are looking around here. Ooh. You're muted.
9 dice, 3 ones.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Not a botch.
No, not a botch. Just
No.
Just a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Was I supposed to roll something? Sorry, I was talking to Austin.
Yep. Dexterity and stealth for being quiet as you're stepping down into these sewers.
What was the diff?
Diff 6. Okay. A success. And then I'll have y'all give me as well if you're listening for things, keeping an eye out, perception and alertness. Diff 7. Because it's dark down here.
Would the difficulty go down if I were to engage whisper catching?
Hell yes.
And I will do that. What will my difficulty become?
That would be a difficulty 5.
All right. I know I have one of these that is named perceptification. Where is it?
2.
Nice.
There you are. What the hell? Oh, 3 1s again. It's not a botch.
Oh, I didn't do that correctly for some reason. It's missing dice. Huh. Let me try that again. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Let's try that one more time. Oh, no. Look at those. That's delightful. All right. Not a botch, but not a success. Okay. So you all head carefully down. It's a fairly clean grate right here. Smelling strongly now, like concentrated from the outflow of the brewery nearby, very clearly. And there are a lot of pinging echoes happening that are a little difficult to decipher, Eileen, even with
Whisper catching is making it worse because there are too many whispering noises.
Yeah, it's like that static noise. It's like having your headlights on in a snowstorm. It's like it's making it harder to focus. But Dapple and then Alexa shortly thereafter, you hear shuffling sound of a figure. Someone in shoes is down here. It's larger than a rat or any sort of other animal you might expect to find down here. You can't quite pinpoint. Do you have any specialties in any of those? Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. You can't quite pinpoint exactly where they're coming from, but there is another individual down here with you. And from out in the darkness, because it's not lit down here. Do any of you have a lantern with, or?
No. I know Dapple wouldn't.
Okay.
I feel like probably yes. Yeah, lantern or torch or something like that. Being used to Trueborn and her like, wait, there's no light down here? There's no technological thing to, So yeah, I figure I would have a light or a torch or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Definitely can have something.
Which I guess kind of makes the stealth pointless, but oh well.
That is true. Out of the darkness beyond the radius of the lamplight that you have with you, kind of echoing around those tunnels, you hear a quiet male sounding voice say, "Hello, you're different. Not my usual meeting." Well, you are in luck. I imagine my regular appointment won't be coming.
You imagine correctly.
Not anytime soon, at least.
Hi.
Out of curiosity, where's her body?
Nowhere you can reach.
All right. Hi, hello.
I'm going to look to Eileen, see if Eileen wants to do the talking or wants me to.
Eileen will step forward.
Okay.
All right. I suppose it's about time we got down to brass tacks. Strictly speaking, we're here on a hunt for a bit of information.
Well, that is my specialty.
I imagine it is, considering where your friend was and who they were listening in on.
Yes. Interesting little operation.
And I'd like to know more about it. So I'd like to know what she knew and that you know.
Of course. Though I would be remiss if not mentioning that I do charge for my services.
Well, see, the funny thing about that.
Is this the point where you're going to threaten me?
This is the point where I mentioned that, technically speaking, my job does demand that I kill you.
Yes, I am aware.
And I think me foregoing that aspect of my job for a moment, in exchange for you foregoing that aspect of your job for a moment, seems like a more than fair trade.
We don't want to kill you. We have no interest in it.
Spoken like a true monster.
That's incredibly funny for reasons you probably don't understand. But we don't want to, in part because we need your information.
Yes.
If we don't have that information, yeah.
But if that information is not going to show up, then we might as well do our jobs.
We have a job to do.
Excellent. I think we can reach an understanding here. Give me a Eileen. Alexis, if you want to assist with this, you can. You'd be making the same roll, and then if you get any successes beyond a first one, those would apply. Yep. It's going to be a charisma and expression to see how the initial overtures have gone down here.
Calming presence specialty for charisma?
Yeah, I think that would work.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
May I put a willpower into this?
Yes. Difficulty is going to be 8. Because you did kill his ghoul.
That's fair.
Good thing I put that willpower into it.
Oh yeah. Hang on, because if Alexis is going to assist with you, you might get an extra.
I am obviously good old boy does not apply.
No.
Would Gall apply? Because it just says +1 die to any social role involving a display of backbone.
Interesting. Not yet.
Okay.
I think that could apply later, depending on how this conversation goes, but not quite yet.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So that would be 2 successes.
Okay.
Thanks to my calming presence.
Shawnee, re-roll and you get a +1.
Okay. Diff 8. Let me put a modifier in there. Still 1 success.
Oh no.
Damn.
All right.
Diff 8 is Diff 8.
It is.
There's a reason I put a willpower into there.
Yep. Okay. All right. No, I think we can. This is an interesting proposition. I think we can potentially reach an understanding. Let me lay my cards out on the table, open right there for you. I have some territorial issues with the movements of your kin that I have observed.
I understand why you would believe them to be our kin, but understand that that's not a good stance to take moving forward.
Fair enough. Touchy subject. Interesting.
We're on the polar opposite of them.
Noted. Doesn't seem convinced at all. But we'll continue.
And in that particular case, part of why we're having this conversation is because they're generally a bigger problem to deal with than you are.
I'm flattered.
So we will be perfectly happy to let this go as just a conversation if we can get information that will help us deal with them.
They have places they supply all over London. Little shops. Mostly.
Like the one your friend was at.
Yes. Little shops. I first noticed a while ago and took an interest in happenings in my city. And then at some point, they decided to become neighbors and didn't come introduce themselves. How rude.
Very. Of course, we're here to introduce ourselves as well.
That's when they became more than professionally interested. So, I can tell you where they are operating above ground, or I can point you in the right direction of where their little nest is.
I take it they've made traveling underground a little bit more difficult with their particular habit.
Yes.
Well, we could certainly make your travels through the sewers a bit safer and dispose of our particular problems. I assume the underground location is connected to that above ground operation.
They have a location where they send weapons up, but then it distributes on the surface. It scatters. They've been supplying poison for the rat traps. And eventually, I believe their plan is to spring them. And my suspicion is that's happening sooner rather than later.
Perhaps, and it's a bit of a thing that we'd like to get ahead of. Here's a particular question. How good's your information on individuals in this operation?
I know some names. I have not reached out, but I have overheard and can, with some degree of accuracy, pinpoint the source of individual footsteps, as it were. Do you have a name?
Well, we have a Mr. Leg, but he seems to have a rivalrous relationship with a particular woman whose name has eluded us thus far.
Ah, yes. Mr. Leg. Mr. Leg is, I'm sure you figured out, supplier of that particular shop. He also does a handful of others. Not one she has been using recently, which has caused some tension, I believe. No, that one is Lydia, and her deed name, as you call it, is 5-Step Waltz.
Does that name ring any bells?
Ooh. Give me a, hang on, let me find a thing here. Your carrier covers kind of that. wits and streetwise. Difficulty 7.
Success.
Ooh, yeah. You have you think you've heard this name before. It's ringing some bells. Dapple.
Nope.
Dapple, you're fairly certain that that's one of the Black Furies. Like, you definitely know a person named Lydia. I think it was some sort of like dancing kind of deed name. And you're like, dancing is a very complicated sort of social thing to learn. And so you're pretty sure that back at the Black Fury house, that Lydia's definitely there. This is quite concerning.
Meanwhile,
you have heard this name like mentioned a handful of times, and it didn't like the deed name isn't ringing, or actually, yeah, the deed name isn't ringing as many bells, but like you've heard in
black market terms, I've heard of a Lydia.
Yes. Yeah. And you've heard her name like talked about occasionally as someone who comes and does like charitable work in the slums, specifically the Irish slums that cover your territory in London.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't a figure of interest to you before, because not a problem. Like,
but apparently that's just a cover.
Yeah.
She's got an interesting cover doing charity work in the slums near where I work.
Oh, that would explain how she's operating.
Dapple looks both highly concerned and highly confused.
Well, that's certainly a lead to follow. You said you knew the location of their underground nest.
Yes.
We'd be happy to clear that one out for you if you could point us in the right direction.
Certainly.
That's kind of a thing that takes preparation, but knowing where it is very important.
Of course. I would need to have some assurance that if I provide this information, you will finish the job.
Oh, I've got no intention of leaving these people to fester their plans underground. Though, to be fair, if you don't tell me this information, it's probably not gonna get done and you'll still have to deal with them.
How big of a location is this?
A city block.
Nah, that's about the size. That's gonna be fun to root out.
We will get people on it. You should clear out for a bit.
Yeah, I'd recommend finding a new place to hole up far away from that city block for a while we get that fumigated.
The people who are going to be going down into the sewers and dealing with this, not all of them will be us.
Ooh, bringing friends along.
Well, it's never good to walk into a fight outnumbered.
There is no fucking way. Like,
but if
Eileen had been like, yeah, the pack of us can do it.
No,
you would be the first time that Alexis ever lost his shit on a trooper.
No, even if he was like, there's like 2 of them, Eileen would not have been like, yeah, let's just go there right the fuck now.
Right. No, for sure. I assumed Eileen was not going to, which is why Alexis said what he did, knowing that he was probably not contradicting something Eileen
Oh
was
no,
about to
absolutely
say.
not contradicting anything.
But
It's good to hear you're not one of the suicidal ones.
Please, I'm the one who gets the suicidal ones to make the charge.
There'll be markings on the tunnel walls. Start
What am I-
here, and I'll lead you to it.
What am I looking for, marking wise?
A rat scurries forward with a little bit of shock in its teeth and kind of scales up the wall to about like ankle height, so not super high. It's like right about the point where the high water mark that you see here is on, so it'd actually be like probably to knee level. And makes a broad arrow mark, which is the like big arrowhead and then a small like tail coming off of it with chalk.
All right. I'd recommend, after you've made your marks, finding a safe place to avoid the fallout while we apply some pesticide.
Don't worry about me.
I'd never.
Cheers. And you hear the echoing footfalls. You're not sure if it's going farther away or not.
Pleasure dealing business with you.
Likewise.
She'll nod over her shoulder towards Alexis and a let's get the fuck out of here gesture.
yep.
Exiting sewers.
So we need to tell him the entire set, hey, there's a hive here.
Yeah, I mean, the Sept will want to know there's a hive down in the sewers and that we know how to find it.
I don't know how you people handle on this side of the ocean. On our side, that's literally all you would need to say,
It probably will
and
be
it
around
will
here
get
too.
handled.
It probably is around here too. But let's see how active they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I think we shouldn't just alert the Silver Fangs. I think we should alert every Sept in the area.
Oh, definitely.
Agree.
Yep. That would be legit.
Well,
Divide and conquer.
if you'd like to make your way towards the Black Fury Sept, while I make my way towards the Silver Fangs and Shadow Lords.
Are there multiple septs in
So
Leonard, or is it a multi-tribal set?
It's so the Silver Fang one is multi-tribal. The Fianna one, they don't have like a specific location because they're at war, like
Right.
kind of with the Silver Fangs. But you do know like kind of a couple, I'll say, anyone who wants me give me a intelligence and streetwise difficulty 6, because you've all been operating in the city for a little bit.
I'm gonna opt out of making this roll because I've not been operating in the city for a bit.
I was about to say yours probably more
1.
difficult. Okay. Yeah. So you all know Juniper and Dapple, you know where to get in contact with like leadership or at least someone who can talk to leadership in your respective tribes. Actually, Dapple, or not Dapple, Juniper, you wouldn't, because stargazers are pretty rare.
Not that many
Yeah.
around here, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that you knew were in the area have since left by ship for other locales, friendlier locations. So mostly you know where like Black Fury steps are. You know there are a couple of like contacts for especially the Bone Gnars, some Geta Fenris, etc. In the Silver Fang Sept though. Eileen, you know a couple of people in the Vienna. You would have to start there and then get to the to like leadership in the Viennas, just because they don't particularly trust you as a Shadow Lord.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, and you also do, of course, know how to get in touch with some Shadow Lords.
I've got a fun
That's a
idea,
whole- yeah.
actually. I'm gonna tell the Fianna first. Because when the
That's
Silver
even-
Fangs learn that the Fianna already know about the Hive, it's gonna be a race. Because how could they stand to be upstaged by the Fianna dealing with the great enemy before they did?
That, yeah,
Are we going to have to come along and clean up your messes? As per usual.
I'm just. I see the value of that, Rhea. I don't know the local Finna or Silver Fangs, but I know one Silver Fang from this city. Well, former Silver Fang, formerly living.
There's a reason he lived on the outskirts.
I'm just saying, if tempers get high, this could become not a 2-on-1 fight, but a 3-way fight.
It certainly could. But I think in that particular case, the shame from that might serve to let some powder out of the keg, as it were. Because if they dishonor themselves fighting each other when the great enemy is in front of them, some people in these septs at least have a modicum of shame.
Now I see the Shadow Lord. All right. That's about half a compliment and half not.
All right.
All, I would rather that than the continuing building tensions lead to an explosion when one of them feels like the other one didn't tell them something important like that. So I'm going to make my way to talk to the Fianna first.
Right. Are you all doing this together? Are we splitting off to inform the tribes?
I mean, splitting up would be fastest.
Apple, would you like to go and alert the Black Furies?
I absolutely would.
We can, yeah.
Yeah, there's a traitor in their midst.
There's a traitor amongst us. I have to.
Sorry, what?
Lydia, one of the. Did I misread something?
Wait, what?
Does the Lydia that you know of do charity work in the Irish slums?
I'm fairly certain, yes.
I
That could
don't.
be any of my sisters.
It's a popular.
That's sort of our pastime.
I don't know that the Black Spiral Dancer could hide among Black Furies who can sense the worm from.
I'm just concerned if that's the case of what exactly is fucking going on in this city.
I don't
Like,
think,
the farm might be right.
I don't think that a black spiral dancer could hide among that many black furies for that long.
I really hope not.
One would hope. I'm only about 35% sure, but it's not enough to put it down.
Check and make sure it's not the same Lydia before you start throwing accusations.
Understood.
You
Here,
can just ask what her deed name is.
yeah,
I'll
that'll do it.
just ask the deed name.
Alexis, I'm trusting you to keep a handle on that particular situation.
Ask the deed name. I need to go. I need to get Michael out of the country.
Fair. Yeah, I'll let you handle that. Juniper,
Yeah.
I
where
don't
do you
suppose
want me
there's
to
that.
go?
I don't suppose there's that many stargazers to reach out to around here.
There is just me.
You want to go? You want to go with Dapple?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. I'll go hit the Fiona.
All right. Let's do the two of you going to talk to the Black Furies first.
This is gonna be funny.
Because this is the funniest.
Of course, hellos as you come through the door. Oh, Dapple, we haven't seen you in ages.
It's
How is the new apartment?
the place is interesting. I'm settling in. I have a kinfolk from across the pond who's staying with us at current.
Oh yeah, hello. Where is he? He's not here. Oh goodness.
Hey.
Well, that's
Yeah,
disappointing.
not me.
He's currently handling some business in town.
All right.
This is my packmate Juniper.
Oh yeah. You had the and then it gets very quiet.
Yes. Yes, we lost Aoife, Hecate's daughter. It was unfortunate, and I, after the fact, see 100 different ways that things could have went differently. But we tell her story, and we move forward. I have big news for the Sept.
All right. We'll assemble who's here. The people scatter. An impromptu meeting is had. You've gone to many of these before. A couple people who are clearly just back for protesting.
Hey Lydia, what's your deed name again?
Yeah, she will
There's
go find
Lydia.
the Lydia that has
sitting in
jogged
a
from
has like a house coat on. She looks like she was maybe like just getting started to like relax and read some Marxist literature, etc. And really,
Well, I want to hang out near her.
Lydia, my friend.
yeah.
I am. You know, my memory isn't the best. I am slipping on your deed name. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Juniper.
Oh, yeah, certainly. So I realized that I didn't give this person a deed name because I have just one for the active person. Stone's Throw.
And Dapple will carry on light conversation about what's been going on in like her protests, but we'll find a quick way to exit that with Juniper, and just while walking towards wherever she's making this announcement at, just shaking the head no.
Everyone, listen up. Our sister Dapple has an important announcement to give.
My pack and I have uncovered knowledge of a hive of the worm.
Oh shit. Instant like whispering and
Game face on.
Yeah, exact and like serious mode. Where?
She will give the location and previously described location.
Yeah, it's like
All
there's a
right.
spot. There's a spot in the sewers. Our informant is marking directions to lead towards the hive.
Yep.
We have a battle plan in place along with directional markers. We're
Great. I was just mixing up some new war paint. This is the Arun. It's an Arun.
that is fantastic. As soon as we can.
Wonderful. Yes, let us know. We will be there behind you.
And then over Totem speak. The Black Furies are in, ready for the signal. We do not have a traitor in our midst, as far as I can tell.
Good. I'll give the signal as soon as I've got the Fianna and the Silver Fangs chomping at the bit to one up each other.
Yeah. Meanwhile, actually, no. Yeah, let's go over to Eileen. Smoke. You going to the Fianna first?
Yep.
Okay. You find are you going for, so like some older members who have been in the city, you think longer? There's a couple of like wizened old guru who there's a couple of them who run a bunch of like newspaper publishing houses. They are going to be the easiest to find, but they're like you're actually give me no, I'm gonna keep going with your 2 roll for that. Not always up to date on what's like happening currently and like the current state of the Fianna, because they're a very like decentralized kind of tribe in the city by necessity, because they can't like meet openly very easily without getting bothered. So they may not have the best connections to assembling people quickly. There's also, a couple of folks who do the sort of patrolling kind of stuff you do. Your territory like borders with a couple of theirs. So some like kind of younger like firebrand types who you could also get in touch with. Which direction would you be headed first?
I think she's going to try and get in contact with some of the elders who will have better lines of communication to the rest of the tribe.
Yeah. There's a chime over another shop window as you head in. It smells like ink in here. It's instantly sort of like very warm in here, and steam is coming off of your coat as it's still raining outside. Hello. Smoke, what can we do for you?
I come with wartime news.
All right. War or battle? How big are we talking? We can
City block.
Ooh, all right. Pack it up. We'll hold off on finishing everything. Let's hear what you have to say. And the elders kind of gather around you. There's a couple of folks clearly like listening in the background, just doing like dusting kind of work. And they're like, I don't want to say anything because then they might kick me out because this might be elder conversation, but I'd like, maybe I can just sort of listen in type of thing. But you've got the attention.
I come not as a member of my tribe, but as a sister to my fallen comrade Aoife, and as a fellow member of the Irish Isles.
Yes, speak.
In my personal investigations and attempts at securing and protecting the city, I've come across the location of a hive of the betrayers hidden underground.
That is a war.
My pack is not exactly large enough to handle that kind of thing on our own.
Yes.
And while duty obligates me to inform my own tribe and the Silver Fangs, my relationship to my sister bids me warn you first.
Thank you.
And she'll give the location of where the markings that lead to it can be found, the size of the hive as described.
Yep.
The more Atha's like, that is manipulative and using my name for the most unseemly shit. Good job.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you give me a for this manipulation and leadership. Because you're
Does forked tongue apply? I'm kind of just telling them what they want to hear, even if it's not 100% true.
Yeah. If you're leaving stuff out specifically,
Yeah.
go for it.
Being a sly person.
Yeah. Difficulty 6.
I will also put a willpower into this because this is important. 3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes. Will be behind you and your pack. How many others? How large of a force are we bringing in?
I've been informed that my packmate has already informed the Black Furies, and they have already pledged their support. I'm off to do my job as a member of the Shadow Lords and inform my other sept. We'll find out if they decide to step off their high horse and join in the battle.
Excellent. I must ask, so we can assemble forces judiciously, if you will be informing the rulers of this fair city.
Unfortunately, when I do my duty to my own tribe, they will definitely inform the rulers of this city. Whether it leaves my mouth or theirs, they will know.
There's an exchange of looks. Give me a wits and empathy.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6. Pretty easy.
2.
Yeah. That's the look of like disappointment, honestly. And like we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation after you are out of the room. And you're guessing you're probably not gonna get the full Fianna behind you because
but she will follow that though.
Uh-huh.
This is, of course, I would argue, an opportunity for the Fianna to show themselves as the more honorable of the two warring factions by being willing to put this foe down when the Silver Fangs might hold themselves above such problems.
You speak of honor from a higher horse than you might realize.
Honor is not
angry.
Honor is not my suit of strength, but I understand that the Fianna and the Silver Fangs hold such things in high regard. I would rather simply have the enemy dead and done with it.
Likewise. But choices have been made.
I will leave your decisions I will leave you to your own deliberations. I only go to do what is expected of me.
Understood.
For what it's worth. I don't believe that from all that I have lived and fought alongside Aoife, that those who currently rule this city are as superior as they claim themselves to be to the Fianna.
Oh no. We think that.
And I would rather this glory be yours. Because frankly, things have started to stagnate in this city.
They have.
I will take my leave and go to do my job. She'll bow and make her way out.
Yeah. You make your way out. Someone is following you. We're gonna get back to that in a sec.
Yep.
As Alexis,
Mhm.
you have Michael and are making your way.
I'm just going really quick to check in, make sure he's still alive. I assume he
Mhm.
is because I didn't get any notification
Yes.
from the rest of the pack of
Mhm.
Wolfric just told us he's dead.
Yeah.
But it's also been a little bit of a walk from last time I was with him, so I go
This
check
is
in
true.
on him.
Yep.
I'm going to leave him there. And I am going to go buy a boat ticket.
Okay. Excellent.
We are putting this man on a boat,
Mhm.
and we are that is headed for New York City, and
Mhm.
I will give him the name of my dad, because he's a
Okay.
kinfolk
Yes.
who will be able to handle the situation from there.
Mhm.
New York City.
All right. Excellent. High or low?
It doesn't matter which one I choose because it's gonna be the other one. So I'm just gonna say low because I like fucking
Low?
with the die roller.
Okay. Hang on one sec. Right in the middle. Look at
I
that.
think that's, technically speaking, that's on the low
Technically,
end of the
that's
middle.
low.
It is.
Yep.
Look at that. Beautiful.
It's high low, but it's low.
Yeah. All right. You buy a transit. There are lots of London, big busy port.
Right.
Definitely ships going to
And I'm assuming
New York
with
very soon.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be a night, it's not gonna be some fancy passage. He's probably gonna have to work.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go back to the hotel,
Mhm.
walk in, put a ticket in his hand, and give him say tomorrow 3 p.m. this dock.
All right. Wolfric's gonna ask if you want him to join the pack in the coming battle or keep watching. I don't know how fast the gears are gonna start turning once a war cry is sounded.
Check with your beta. That's not a judgment call I'm qualified to make.
Yes. All right. He will do so.
And I'm going to take Michael, since he has already been in this particular hotel too long.
Mhm.
And just for however for the night, whatever, take him back to where not the shop, not any of the group pack places,
Mhm.
just the place that Dapple and I have.
Okay, to your place.
Yes.
All right. Give me
Moving him regularly is a good thing right now.
Yep. Dexterity and actually this is like no. This is more of a social thing. charisma and performance or subterfuge. Either one of those.
I have no dots in either because I am a
Oh, boy.
shitty ass liar
Okay.
and I do not normally perform.
This is true. All right.
Is this a thing where pure breed and or good old boy will apply?
No. Neither of those.
Calming presence specialty?
Nope.
Okay.
Might there be an argument if you're
I will-
talking about like social engineering, trying not to make yourself noticed for charisma
Yeah.
stealth?
This is true. Yeah, if you have stealth.
I do have stealth.
Yeah, you can do
One dot of stealth, but it's better than nothing.
that. It is. Difficulty is 6.
Yeah, I will spend a willpower.
Okay.
4 successes.
Hey,
Nice. All right. You shuffle like a
Yep.
shell game.
We are shell gaming this fucking Black Fury or Black Spiral Dancer kinfolk.
Yep, absolutely. And he has been provided with what he needs. Meanwhile, as that shuffling is going on, Eileen, you get a tap on your shoulder after a couple of you're headed toward the Shadow Lords right now. Yep. After a couple of turns, a woman with a coat kind of pulled up against the rain, but bareheaded. You recognize her from the printing shop. She was listening in the background. Sort of taps on your elbow. Hey,
she'll slow her pace to be able to walk and talk, but keep walking.
Yes. Rhea, do a battle is imminent? Did I hear correctly?
Is this person kinfolk, from what I can tell?
No. Seems to be another guru.
You probably heard correctly.
Younger than you.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
I'm currently trusting in the fires of the Fianna to carry this moment.
Yes. We would very much like to show our tribe's glory.
And maybe in this moment of honor and glory, the Silver Fangs will have to stand up and take notice that the Fianna are not to be taken lightly.
Yes. She smiles with all of her teeth.
Remember who the true enemy is, however. It would be dishonorable to get lost fighting each other while the worm foe stands before us.
Give me a manipulation and leadership. Difficulty 8.
2 successes.
Nice. Very nice. You can see her pause and look somewhat like she's considering that and doesn't look particularly happy about that reminder.
Show your glory by slaughtering more of the enemy than the Silver Fangs could ever hope to. Let them live to know your strength.
Turn the Shadow Lords for us.
It is my hope I've found that they lean too heavily towards one side of this conflict.
She'll give a nod and drift off as you head toward the Shadow Lords. It's a pub that you're going to. You know, the contact who's like given you a handful of jobs in the recent months. He hangs out there.
She'll step inside and find the table that is reserved for when you need to talk to someone.
Okay.
She knows how this shakes out.
Yeah. There you can see in the corner of your eye as he usually sits at the bar and just kind of does the "I'm just a regular here" kind of vibe.
And then you sit at the very specific table, and
Exactly.
and everyone knows that's the "I need to talk to you"
There
table.
is a bit of a sigh, but he does come over. Smoke. What do I have the pleasure?
How much do you already know?
I'm too tired for this. What did you find out?
I found out of the location of a hive of the great foe under the city.
The glass cracks that he's holding in his hand. Shit. You're not sure if that's about the hive or the glass. It's really unclear.
It could be both.
Yeah, it could be both. I told them this would happen. All right. When are we going?
That's up to how fast you can get the Silverfangs on board.
How much intel do we have?
I'll lay out the location of the markings, the size of the hive as estimated.
He nods. Yeah, he nods. Seems pretty approving of good. Decent size, but we can send in fair. We'll be able to clear that out. All right. I'll go blow the horns of war.
Good luck.
Thank you. He stands up to walk out.
She'll let him.
Okay. He will head off into the night. Doing anything else? Anything else you wanna?
If she's planning on getting the Shadow Lords to see that the Silverfangs are not the only people who should be being supported, they're gonna have to see action from the Fianna.
Okay.
So she's gonna make that move. It's gonna have to be after the dust settles.
Okay. All right. At that point, we're gonna take our break right here.
Yep.
Stand up, stretch your legs, get a drink of water.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Water.
There we go.
We are back. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
A dinosaur story.
There we go. Doing that instead of
That makes it weird.
That's a weird crossover movie. They're
I would
saving that
watch.
for the sequel.
I would watch.
the crossover of K-pop Demon Hunters and dinosaurs.
Yep,
Next dinosaurs.
would
That's gonna be the
100%
sequel.
watch.
Mhm.
No,
Uh,
I know where the sequel needs to go. I have thoughts.
I'll poke your brain about that at a different date.
There we go. Because we are about to delving into a black spiral hive in the heart of London. But Shawnee, Eileen had some other bits of prep.
Yes, because she doesn't trust She does trust a vampire to want to pit werewolves against each other. She
Uh-huh.
doesn't trust a vampire to do that helpfully.
Okay.
So she wants to scout those markings and make sure they actually lead to the hive.
You doing that alone?
Because she's the only person here with Blur of the Milky Eye, probably.
Okay.
But she will tell people what she's doing.
All right. When are you doing this? Actually, also wrapped up in that question, how soon before the strike is happening?
She wants to get there ahead of the strike so that she can be certain the things are there and have time to correct markings if need be.
Okay. When have you told all of your contacts? Because all of you have been in touch with the people you've been in touch with. What are you telling them as far as when this is going down?
I think she's probably just given a time that is as soon as could be reasonable for everyone to actually gather forces. So knowing this is like the cairns are relatively close knit in the city, so probably don't need too long, but probably sometime tonight.
Okay. All right. The same night. Excellent. And you are headed down there to scout out. Give me your Blur of the Milky Eye. To activate that, you have an activation roll.
I do. 1 second. I'm putting
Please
willpower
roll
into this to
that.
make sure I have a success. Good thing too. I have a success.
You have a success. All right. Give me a second here. All right. Okay. You sneak ahead. You're following the markings, being very cautious. You do not trust this vampire's information. And that seems quite wise.
Also roll dexterity and stealth.
Yeah, you can roll dexterity and stealth.
And we'll put a willpower into this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I was full up on willpower previously. Good thing too. 2 successes.
2 successes? All right.
And Blur of the Milky Eye increases perception difficulty rolls to perceive me by 1.
Okay. Cool.
It would be 1 per success, but the dice aren't that nice to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
They've got lookouts.
Yep. She's not trying to get too close to them, but...
Mm-hmm. As you begin to notice things start to change in the tunnels you were creeping through, the brick begins there are sections where it has been modernized and lined with the wonderful hygienic lead, and then other sections where it becomes stone and cobbles, and you're in one of those, getting close to where the markings told you were the borders, when you hear a howl echo through the tunnels. It echoes and reverberates, and you have been spotted.
Cool. Time to not be here anymore, because that basically confirms that these markings are heading the right direction.
Yes, it does. Give me a dexterity and athletics. Difficulty is, are you in Hamid form right now?
I am in Glabro.
Okay, that's right. Difficulty 7, because they know these tunnels and you don't. One, 6.
2 successes.
All right. Also 2. And gonna have them roll here. They're farther away, but they might catch up. Dexterity, athletics. Oh yeah. You hear the howls begin to more voices are joining them. And the pounding of feet and claws after you increases. They're following you, and there are a lot of them.
Cool. I will shift into lupus form and be faster.
Okay. We're gonna have this is gonna be an extended check. It's gonna be dexterity athletics. Actually, at this point, because it's about like stamina, it's gonna be stamina athletics. Diff 6 for both of you, both sides. And we'll do 3 rounds, and whoever has there's 2 groups of combatants potentially coming after you. They're gonna be tallying up separately, but basically whoever, if either of them collectively beat your number of successes, they're gonna catch up with you, and you're going to be in a fight.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Stamina athletics, diff 6.
I have 3, and 1. So I have 7 total.
7 totals. All right. The Fumarai are going to have 3, 0, and 2, 5. Did not catch up with you. Let's see about this other one. Stamina. Athletics. 2, 2, and 4. That's 8.
Tie. Oh no, it is 1 better. Yeah,
it's 8. Yeah.
So yeah, the werewolf catches me. The Fomer do not.
Yep. Okay. As you are running, hearing these howling echoes, are you contacting your pack?
Yep. She will alert that I am currently being chased. Their ears are sharper than expected. And I am currently trying to lose them, but I suspect I'm going to have to kill at least one of them before I manage to lose them all.
Okay. Where are the rest of you? You knew that the strike was coming.
And Eileen did alert everyone that she was going to scout to make sure those markings were accurate.
Are you up at
somewhere? I'm wherever the rest of the pack is.
Okay.
Annoyed.
Okay.
Close to whatever entrance that Eileen went down.
Yeah, that would be the drainage tunnel where you met the vampire.
So probably at the mouth of the drainage tunnel.
Okay, excellent. So it's going to be from where Eileen was running and where the pursuers are going to catch up with her is and around you, all up on the surface, people are beginning to gather the forces of the seps of the tribes of the city. You don't have everyone here currently, not quite yet. They were assembling. It's harder to get a larger group of people to assemble on time. But they will be with to be back up once things start to really break down. But Eileen, let's see, how many successes did you have?
I had 7 versus 8.
7?
So they've
7
just
versus 8?
they've just barely caught me.
Okay, yeah. So there are going to be 2 rounds before the rest of the pack you can catch up to where she is. So
is it just so to be clear, because the foam ride did not catch me at all.
No.
Is it just one werewolf who has caught me?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can hear like the alarms have sounded, and actually give me a perception and alertness difficulty 7 because you're running. A little hard to tell for sure.
I just had this thing.
Just to see how many you know are coming.
1 success.
Okay. There are the closest to you is just 1, but you can hear you heard the like warning howls basically. More are coming. And you can hear like more like pouring after that 1. You don't know how many. You can't tell. It's just too chaotic.
Okay.
And too echoey in here. But yeah. The war has been, the front has been moved forward, essentially. All right. So give me an initiative roll for everyone. And we're gonna have 2 rounds before the rest of you catch up to where she is. She and
You wanna oh no, that is everyone else.
yeah. Nice.
14.
All right. Jennifer got a 9.
16.
12.
This 16. Dapple. And it's 12. Okay. Dapple, to break the tie here. Let me find who were the ones that got a 12. Ah, yeah, the Fomarai. It's usually based on dexterity. Have the break in that be. Dapple, what's your wits score? How many dots in wits do you have?
I can't imagine it's great. Wits
You
for
have more
Dapple.
than 1.
I'll let you know when the sheet catches up for me. Yeah, I have 2.
Okay, you're gonna go before the Fomarai then.
Yay!
We are going to sort this real quick. All right, perfect. Okay, this battle begins. Who is that? I don't know.
It's Alexis.
Alexis. All right, Eileen, you can hear this the claws scrabbling against brick now as you are close but not close enough.
Yeah, so she's a metamorph, so shifting is free for her.
Yep.
So she's basically going to Akira slide as a wolf. She's going to like as she's running, turn and slide and shift into Krynos at the same time, because her pistol is dedicated to her. So just gun comes out and she's gonna. How much rage does she have? Her rage value is 3, so she can take 2 extra actions.
Oh yeah.
It up.
The moon has risen. So we should do that real quick. It is still this point. The Arun has been. Yeah, it would have waned, and we are now in. Oh goodness! I always forget what page that's on. I have it written down on one of these. 2, 6. Yeah. Too many things open. Books have better indexes also.
You're asking a lot for role-playing industry.
I know. I would really like it though. It'd be very, very nice of them. All right.
Yeah, it's half your rage rounded up is how many extra actions you can take out of it.
Yes, capped by your wits dots as well. So you can't have as more than your wits.
Yeah, well, fortunately my dex and wits are both 3.
Yep. Yeah, so 3.
Yeah, so she is going to spend 2 rage as she shifts into Krynos form and just triple tap 3 silver bullets into this pursuing werewolf.
Yeah. Everyone gets a point of rage as the new moon has come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there we go. Okay.
So 1.
Ooh.
Man might be
nice.
So that's 7, 10, 14 aggravated silver damage.
Okay. All right. We are gonna.
He doesn't get to soak that because he's a werewolf.
True. As you fire, and it echoes, and he tumbles and rests at your feet, eyes wide, very wide.
She because it's this very dramatic moment of like wolf running away, turning into Krynos and just triple tap. The body rolls in front of her.
Yeah.
Brings the barrel up, blows the smoke out, continues running.
Yeah. What's the reload on your gun, by the way?
It is a 6-shot revolver.
Okay, cool. So you've done 3 shots out of that.
Yes.
Good. All right. I'm gonna delete him off actually. Then as get rid of that. You continue on. In that case, actually, you'd be able to catch up before the Fumarai get to you. As you all at the entrance would be able to hear the gunshot travels.
Probably not as far as the howling does, but you know.
That's true. Yeah, you all begin to hear this. Is the pack leading the way down? You've got allies with you? The fight started a little bit faster than expected, but you know, they were prepared.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably leading the charge.
All right.
That fully depends on y'all, because kinfolk don't get to make those calls.
No, Dapple would have been ready to go.
Yeah, Juniper is fine with, yeah.
I figured out the thing that Jack has always wanted. How do you 100% make sure you are not party leader?
Be a kinfolk
You play
in a werewolf
kinfolk
game.
In a werewolf game.
There we go.
The other option is being a ghoul in a vampire game.
All right.
Also that.
But Alexis, you are headed down.
Yeah, I'm headed down. Yeah.
Okay. All right. As a pitched battle begins.
Unless somebody from the set tells me not to.
Nope. You are probably going to die, but they salute you.
I am keeping way the fuck back from the rest of the pack.
Okay. As
Alexis fights smart.
as we get into a pitched battle, we'll go.
So does Smoke. There's a reason she came down here packing silver.
Yeah. As
Yeah, it would have been nice if you shared. You know, with all my natural weaponry I have.
You'll be fine.
as other werewolves begin to pour down into the tunnels as well. There are pitched battles happening around you, but you all face two Fomurai, and at this point, two Black Spiral dancers.
There were three. One's dead.
In this pocket of the battle. And we're gonna start with Alexis. What are you doing?
I am finding something that is not a guru, and I am shooting it with my shotgun.
Okay.
Because I have that.
Fomurai or a Black Spiral?
That is not a guru.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
I don't need to be like, hey guys, target.
Yeah.
Not that Fomurai are much better, but
No,
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm getting 5 successes because my specialty is firearm or shotguns for firearms.
Very nice. Why don't they put the Fomurai gifts in with the other thing? That's very annoying of them. Technically, they aren't gifts, but you know, it would make sense to me. All right. Okay. Do damage.
All right. So that is plus 4 because that's 5 successes to hit.
Yes.
So that would be 6 damage. Just lethal.
Okay.
Just.
All right. They're going to roll to soak. They have armored skin, so it's a little bit easier for them.
That's annoying.
It is.
I didn't want to kill you anyway.
Yeah.
That's the lie I did.
Ooh, only a success though. All right. As you send a blast in, and they still take. Would that be 7 damage?
5
lethal. Okay.
5 lethal.
Okay. All right.
Which might not kill them, but it will certainly maim them.
And it is a 2 clip. Because it is a double barrel shotgun. So I have one more. I have next round's shot, assuming I survive that long.
Okay.
And then I am backing up.
Okay.
I'm going to let it chase me past all these guru who might or might not want to get a shot in.
Yeah.
Not even these ones. Like,
the rest
whichever
of them
ones
too,
are rushing up behind. Yeah.
All right. This one's annoyed, and Eileen's close.
He doesn't intend to be for long, so take your shot while you got it.
Yeah. All right. We got some things. If I can figure out where the button is for that, because I'm bad at doing combat. Let's find that again. Brawling. There we go. All right. We're gonna spend. How much do you have? Oh, plenty. Yes. They're gonna spend rage to do 2 attacks at you. Bite and a claw at Eileen. Hey. 1. Get it to click. 1. Ooh. 7 aggravated.
Uh,
The bite.
I was going to say I will block the bite.
Okay.
Because that will be. I get 3 successes. I cancel the attack.
Okay. And the claw.
Ooh, this is going to be
6.
worse.
Yep. 5.
Fuck.
12 successes.
If I spend
On
a
that-
rage to take the extra action now, can I take the extra block attempt?
Let me look at block here.
Because technically it's a thing where you're aborting your action.
Yes, but you can also technically only abort your action once a
Yeah,
turn.
you already did it.
Welcome to the land of dead werewolves.
Yeah.
Like,
You might make it.
what's your stamina right now?
I am in Krynos, so it is
Mhm.
3 higher than normal.
Yep.
Okay,
But however, I am the
So?
low stamina werewolf. That makes it 5.
Yeah.
so 5. So if you soaked everything, or you soaked, if you soaked
If I-
everything, you would only be incapacitated.
If I soak everything, I will get a chance to stay active.
No, you have to get a chance to stay active regardless.
Yeah, it's just a matter of how. What do I make enough rage successes to stay
Yes.
active?
You want to soak as much as you can now, so
Mhm.
you have less to try and deal with when you make the difficulty. What's your rage?
My rage is 3, so not gonna
Soak
be-
as much as you
Yeah.
fucking can.
Well, I am wearing armor. I soak 4.
Okay,
Okay.
you're only at 8.
Yep.
Now you have to get 2 successes on a rage roll.
Yep.
Because if you hit in cap on ag, you are dead.
You can put a willpower into staying active, can't you?
That's a good question. You might be able to. No, it's a reflexive.
Right. Duh. Technically, that stops me from dying, but it does make me incapacitated.
All right.
No, in cap on if you hit incapacitated and aggravated damage, you're still dead.
Is it not just one more after that?
That's the equivalent of having 0 hit points. It gets weird if lethal damage or bashing damage, because bashing damage starts overflowing. But as far as I know, if you hit, I will check this to be sure because I could be wrong.
If your character falls to incapacitated from aggravated damage, 1 chance, channel your rage to remain active. If you don't succeed, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even hitting in cap on aggravated damage, you have to make that rage roll in order to stay alive.
Let me check a thing here. Because where's staying active at? What page was that?
Fuck.
Mara was just looking at it.
I was just reading on 257 in the PDF. But okay, and then above that is where death is. Let me look here.
Let's see. The character's in cap health level is filled with lethal damage. Then you revert to breed form, and another damage of any kind will kill you.
Remaining active. Here we are. This might be
I
the
think-
case of similar to
Okay,
D&D,
no.
I think
damage
you were
doesn't
active.
overflow.
Yeah.
So here's Here's the weirdness of this.
Mm-hmm.
If the damage takes a character to if the damage that takes the character to incapacitate is aggravated, they are close to death. They cannot regenerate unless they channel their rage to remain active.
Mm-hmm.
You channeled your rage, but you
Yeah.
still were at incapacitated. If you do not become active, you die in a matter of seconds. That's the exact. If you don't succeed and remain active, you die in a matter of seconds. That could be a turn. It could mean that if somebody has a mother's touch, they have a turn to heal you.
The other question is, I don't know if, like, obviously soaking cares about the total amount of damage, but once the damage is applied, I don't know if it overflows past incapacitated.
Yes.
Because of the way that remaining active reads, it kind of reads like if you get any success, you have stayed active, which implies that you start at incapacitated and reduce 1 for every success.
I mean, these are all fair points to make. This is the final episode. We have a half hour left.
Yeah, so it's up.
So,
I will leave it to the storyteller.
Make a call here.
Am I dead or am I raging with 1 wound left?
I'm gonna say you are.
Or you're incapacitated, and we
You
have
are-
1 turn to get you
You're
healed up beyond that.
incapacitated, and that.
Okay.
That.
Anybody have mother's touch?
As smoke falls.
I feel like somebody does, because I remember specifically that Afa did not take it. And I was like, well, good, because I didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Dapple or Juniper have mother's touch.
Yeah.
Checking. I do not have mother's touch.
Does not.
Okay.
Is it possibly Wolfric that has it?
Possibly.
A Hamid Silverfang rank 1 Arun, that would be a stretch. I'm not saying it's impossible, but at the very least you would have to be buying outside of your gifts.
Nope. No, does not have that.
I will. It's fine. We'll. I know what Alexis is going to do next. I don't know if it'll work. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Eileen, you are down.
Yep.
Okay.
See if I live through the rest of this round.
Exactly. Dapple. What are you doing? Yeah. You saw your beta.
My
fall.
beta go down.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to spend a rage and go straight into Krynos.
Okay. Absolutely.
And then I know my weapons are the most effective, or my natural weapons are the most effective.
Mm-hmm.
But in all honesty, if I don't go for gusto with the fucking bow at the finale, I'll have done a disservice to this character. So we're going with the bow.
Okay. I love it. Who are you aiming at? There's the
Probably-
werewolf that felled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. This is 100% a Heartseeker revenge arrow.
Excellent. Beautiful. Are you spending any rage for extra actions?
I am not.
Okay. That is damage +1.
I think that's. No, that should be 2 successes. Or
Yeah.
what- Hold
Do
on.
you have you should have strength
I should.
applied
That's-
to that. There's a little box in the line where your weapon is to add strength to damage.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know if it traditionally does that with firearms, but I feel like you should for
What?
for an arrow. Firearms does strength get added to damage? I don't think so.
It doesn't for guns. It does for bows, and it
Okay,
does for
yeah.
anything. If you're throwing it, strength
Mhm.
successes count. Or strength
Excellent.
counts in.
All
5
right.
successes.
5 successes. They're gonna try and soak here.
5 lethal.
Lethal. Okay. Yeah. As you send an arrow thudding into their shoulder, that like silvery moonlight from the blessings of Artemis and the constructions of your arrows with the theurge of your tribe follow it, but it does not. This grinning werewolf does not seem to react. All right. Good. Fulmari's turn. Let's see here. Oh. I'm going to make a roll to see if they are going after the downed, because they are not nice people.
To be fair, they're also surrounded by other people trying to kill them.
Oh yeah, this is just the group that's attacking you all. Yeah, the rest of the reason why this is not an overwhelming fight against you all is because there are backups.
Right.
But they are also still pouring down into the sewers at this point. And there are a bunch of more incoming. So that's what this represents. All right. We're going to just this is not their strong suit, so they may not notice. If they succeed on this, they're going to try and stop the still breathing person. They're not good at this. And I'm going to up the difficulty because it's chaotic. Nope. All right. Oh, yeah, because that's -2.
Yeah, because I shot him.
Let me do it. Yeah. It doesn't let me change. It doesn't give me an opportunity to change the modifier. That's very annoying.
You put the modifier indirectly to the roll.
Yes. Okay. There we go. Nope, they do not. They are going after Dapple for this one. This is the uninjured one first, and then the injured ones are going to go after you. So they are gonna do this is lethal damage because they are not werewolves biting, but I am using the bite thing on here because that's what they're doing.
Yep.
They're doing the zombie thing. All right. Hey, I forgot to do the modifier. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to re-roll that one. Dapple, give me a sec. All right. Hey, 2 successes, and damage is going to be +1, +1, 2 lethal damage. And you're muted.
You're muted in Zoom.
I already rolled the soak roll. It was a 0.
Okay, yep. So you take 2
take
lethal
2.
damage. All right. And then the second one, Juniper, you're not close enough yet. That one's down and you've backed up. So they're going to also go after you, Dapple, again. These ones are injured already, though. All right. Hey, they're doing good, though. 4. 1. Oh, 4 lethal.
Soak better.
Yeah. Give me another soak roll. Dapple. Against 4 lethal. There you go.
One
You
more.
just take 1. As these misshapen, kind of pale, sickly looking humanoids, but very clearly messed up from the warping of the worm that they have been living in. One of them kind of drooling a greenish liquid, and the other one erratically, like, sort of looking around and seems to almost try and grab you by random. You take a couple of bites, but they're not hurting as much as you and your kin can do. That is their turn. Okay. Juniper, what are you doing?
Okay. First, I would like to go into Krynos.
Okay. 3. You're a Metis.
Yep.
Okay. Where is the one
The
that went for Eileen? Where is the one that hurt Eileen? Where?
still standing over Eileen's body.
Cool. I would like to.
Has an arrow in the shoulder.
How far am I from that?
Within a leap.
Awesome, because that's what I want to do, and I want to rip his throat out.
Okay. Are you spending rage for extra attacks?
I absolutely am.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 2 rage.
Okay.
There we go. And where? Sorry, I'm trying to find everything. There we go. Okay, I was going to bite.
All right. Damage +1. 1 extra success.
Do I put down the damage modifier?
Yes.
Yeah.
You will, when you click to roll damage, it will pop up a window that asks for extra.
Yep.
I see. Gotcha. Okay.
Nice. All right. They're gonna try and soak that. Oh. You bite, and you feel a sour taste in your mouth as this thing, something, the blood that is burbling up out of this thing is fizzing, and it like heals over instantly. Make another attack.
Is there another one near me?
There's the one that you are currently still on, which you didn't do.
It's still
Okay.
living.
He
Oh,
soaked. Soaked all the damage.
It soaked all the damage.
right. I'm sorry. Die. Okay.
You got 2 more shots of taking this fucker down.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh,
we do
that's
claw.
rolling with wound penalties. I need to cancel that. 1 second.
Oh no. That was so bad.
Oh no.
Okay, well, never mind.
I mean, it's not an actual botch because there is a success in there.
That is good. That is very good.
You did not just kill Eileen.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yay!
The note to add here is that because I did not succeed on that Wit's Primal Urge roll, I did not successfully control which form I assume with Metamorph when I get unconscious. So I
Okay.
am back in breed form.
Okay. You are
Good.
You are Hamid.
Because I was gonna have a real hard time dragging your huge ass body away from the fight.
Yeah, now she's sickly and small.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
piece of cake.
Not as sickly
Exactly.
as she used to be. She did get to up her stamina before
Uh-huh.
anything.
Uh-huh. All right. That was your 2 attacks, Juniper. Oops. Passed that too soon. It's Norman's turn. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Holly spent 2 rage points,
Oh, I
3
did
attacks.
spend 2
Okay,
rage.
yep. Mhm.
Oh, yay.
Yes.
Can
Thank
I
you.
bite again?
Yep.
Yep.
Go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
bite. Okay, 2 successes.
Yes. Roll
Roll damage
damage
with
and
one
then
extra?
1 extra success.
All right. 1 success.
1 aggravated. He's fine. You try and tear into this thing, and it just, you can feel it tearing. You can taste that bitter taste, and it just smiles at you, wide grin, like a Liefeld, or what was it? Liefeld with the too many teeth.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld.
There we go. That's happening. And begins to laugh in your face. And it is Norman's turn. He is gonna come up and he's gonna see if he can tell that the person is breathing. He's a little bit, I don't think he's better at this. Oh, he's slightly better. We'll find out though. Medicine 7. Oh yeah. Okay.
To be fair, there are 2 werewolves actively fighting over me right now.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But all right. He is gonna spend a rage to get an extra attack. First attack on, you're further back because you fired an arrow. You're right there. Juniper, this is gonna go against you, a bite. And then the claw attack is gonna go on Eileen. All right.
Petty motherfucker.
Yeah. All right, bite. 2 aggravated. Submit. All right. Juniper, soak aggravated damage, please. It's trying to do 1 point of aggravated damage, so you need at least 1 success, and you won't take any damage.
What do I roll to soak?
Aggravated.
In the combat tab, there's the damage types.
Yeah.
Hit the one that says aggravated.
Yep.
Like any of the ones that say aggravated?
No, like when you scroll down to where your health is.
I see. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
You're good.
2
Hey!
successes.
All right. So he tries to bite into you, and you just shake it off and regenerate. And then you see a claw come down against Eileen. I'm going to make this a little more difficult because prone, and she does have like cover from people like standing over her. So we're going to up that difficulty for this claw.
Good. That's an
delightful.
actual double botch.
It is. And in that backhanding, will like elbow, because now there's a press of people. Elbow one of his allies on the face who is a little bit discombobulated slightly. Beautiful. All right. Lady is doing her thing. Alexis, you're up.
I am being a dumb.
Uh-huh.
I am step forward just enough so that I can grab the frail thing's leg, pull back, and again, I don't know if this is going to work. There isn't necessarily a stabilizing mechanic.
Yeah.
That said, I do have a medicine of 3.
Okay.
I am going to try and stabilize as best possible. And
yeah,
I don't fucking know if CPR was a thing in the Victorian era, but
you attempt something like that.
something to that effect.
Yeah. I'll say you're not going to be able to restore a hit point with
No,
that.
no, I'm just looking
Um,
to stabilize
Yeah,
and
for a
then
health level.
drag the unconscious Shadow Lord away from the fight.
Okay. Are you trying to drag her first before you do any sort of medical attention?
Like
Or-
maybe a foot, just far enough so I'm not literally underneath the feet of
Okay.
two Krynos
All right.
guru.
That I am gonna still make you do a check for that because like it's chaotic and
Right.
she's a more like manageable size as far as dragging, but that's still like difficult to do without
Mhm.
getting trod underfoot. I'm gonna call that a strength and athletics difficulty. Hang on one sec. Difficulty 6.
Okay, I will not spend the willpower on this because I want to spend the willpower on the next roll.
Okay.
Also, I'm actually pretty good at these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the triage. This is
Oh, by the way, Jeremy, run a hand like right here, opposite side of your microphone. You got a little something.
Thank you.
it's still there.
It's fine.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Hey.
4 successes.
Beautiful. You drag her. You
Boom.
find a
Like butter.
slightly quieter spot. Intelligence medicine, difficulty 8.
Okay.
You're in the
Yep.
middle of combat.
I'm spending a willpower point
Okay.
on this.
Yep.
Funny thing, when I made this character, I put intelligence medicine in right
Really?
off the bat because I was like, look, there's one thing that kinfolk end up having to do it at some
Mhm.
point before or after a fight.
Hey,
2
2
successes.
successes.
All right, 2 successes.
I'm simply looking for still alive.
Yeah, she's still alive, not actively dying. If she gets hurt at all, she is going down.
Oh, she is out of the fight. She is not returning to the fight. I am going. Yeah,
The
plan for
problem-
next round.
Yeah. The problem right now is you were able to drag her like slightly
Right.
back. You gotta get it's a ladder up to the surface, and there are actively werewolves trying to get down that
I'm
ladder
just going to
because-
be right.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm going
Just
to
get
try
me to
and
the back of the crush where all the werewolves are pushing past us.
exactly
Mhm.
that.
Yep. All right. That is Alexis's turn. Smiley has Juniper right there, laughing at you. And is going to.
Yeah. He is moderately injured.
He is Arun.
Look, I can only rescue one guru at a time.
Gonna spend 2 rage to get 3 attacks here. All right. Because they've been gearing up for this a bit. You're gonna get a bite and a claw. Juniper.
All right.
And to that point, if Juniper goes down, I can't carry a Krynos all the way.
No.
I can't drag a Krynos
No, and
up a ladder.
Juniper will be in Krynos.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry.
2 extra. 6. Please soak.
Oh boy. Okay. I soak 2.
Okay, you take
You only
4
take 4.
aggravated.
And I believe that's the first damage you've taken because you soaked all
It
the
is.
rest.
Mhm.
Correct.
So I start at bruised, right? Not extra bruised.
Yeah, you started bruised.
Yep.
And you
And
missed
then-
4 boxes.
4 boxes, or do I hit bruised 4 times?
You hit bruised 3 times for the red X.
You're gonna have 3. You're gonna have
Okay.
4 red X's.
Okay, I see.
You are injured. Or no,
Sorry.
wounded.
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 You're
I'm
wounded.
sorry, 3 or 4. Did you say 4? Red
4.
X's? Gotcha.
4.
Okay.
Yep.
You're currently
All
wounded.
right, and
Yep,
then
I'm
it's
wounded.
going to do wrong character sheet. 2 claws at you. 2. I'm gonna roll both of these, and 4. Okay. damage is 1 extra.
Jesus, you need to stop
6.
this.
Yeah. And 3 extra.
I might lose a character.
Yeah.
Odds are strong.
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm
All right.
dying.
Do 2
What's
soaks.
I will,
your-
so
what's your-
this is the point at which I remind, because Holly is not the most familiar with
Yep.
this system.
Yes.
You do have a chance to basically spend your action for your turn this round to try and defend against one of these attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I would like.
You would like to do that?
Yes. I
Okay.
would.
All right.
Basically,
Uh,
roll a claw attack, and each success you get will reduce the number of successes on one
Okay.
of those attacks.
Mhm.
Okay. Then yeah.
We'll say you're doing it on that second one.
Okay. 3.
Or actually,
I would
because
say
one of them was
it might be
3.
ideal on the
Yeah.
first one because
Yeah, I'll do it on the first
entirely.
one. So you take that second attack did not hit you. That third attack did. So that's 7 aggravated. That
Roll
you
your
are trying to
soak.
soak now.
If you
Ooh.
soak,
6.
all right, now roll your rage difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Because you are at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, 2
Right.
successes are needed.
Hold on. How do I roll my rage?
Just click the button that says rage over your,
Okay.
and then it'll tell, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry, what's the difficulty?
8.
8. Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a botch.
Well,
All right. As Juniper goes down, you all, except for Alexis, feel a link broken in the pact bond.
I just
I'm assuming I
die.
see.
Yes.
Yes. 100%.
That one's not even a question.
Bye, everybody.
I'm assuming I see this and this,
Yes.
and Juniper's obviously dead.
Yes.
Can I free action something? Communication.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to yell to Dapple, we're getting out now.
Dapple, you're
I-
muted.
You're muted.
Zodiac.
Understood.
How did I still become the party leader?
Well,
the
our
two-
actual alpha's not here right now, and the
Yep.
beta's unconscious.
This is very true.
And that was the tactical decision that Dapple was going to make on her turn.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why.
Dapple, you
Oh,
regain
look,
rage.
I've been hoisted by my own petard.
Dapple, you have +1 rage for seeing a fallen comrade.
Okay.
Eileen,
This fight
you
would
are
probably be going
stable.
very differently if our alpha was here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Dapple, it's your turn.
I don't know. Look at the damage that these
thing is,
these spirals
he
have
would-
been doing.
Knowing Sen's character and the way that he's built, because he would be using the sword now, that werewolf would not have survived to make those attacks.
So Dapple is going to
I'll note that there is currently the way out is currently being blocked by a lot of werewolves trying to get in because it's a single entrance and things are happening. Things
Yeah.
happen fast.
Take the wounded to the back.
yeah, I think that's I think I'm going to I will spend that extra rage that I just got.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to probably use 2 actions, one to grab Eileen
Okay.
and the other to just move as fast as I can towards the mouth of this, regardless of whether I'm fighting the crowd. Because
Okay.
getting a body that I can tell is still alive out of
Mhm.
here and getting the remnants of our pack out
Okay.
is more important than the glory that would come from dying fighting for Gaia.
Mhm.
Yep.
What form are you in right now? Are you Hamid
Krynos.
or Krynos? Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for picking up Eileen because size difference. That's
Yep.
not hard. I will have you
Here you go.
Yeah. I will have you make a either strength or dexterity would work for this, depending on if you're trying to shove or weave your way through athletics. Difficulty is 8 because large crowd, it's crowded. And
I will point out for
Yep.
Alexis's sake, you were asking about sharing ammo. Her revolver is probably on the ground.
this is true.
Yep.
and it's still half loaded.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be for cover. I am not going to go on the. I'm now going to turn into the hunter. Like no,
Mhm.
but yes, it is coming with.
Can't I use willpower on a roll on the same turn that I have used rage for extra action?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gnosis that
Yeah.
you can't do at the same time.
Okay, I'd like to spend 1 willpower to make sure that I get success on this roll.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dex and athletics, difficulty 8.
You get lots of
Nice.
successes.
Beautiful. Okay. You begin shoving. You are, let's see. You had made a move to get down that way. You
Run
are
across the shoulders of the crowd.
Yeah.
Just
you have reached that bottom of the ladder and have made enough headway that like Alexis you are able to. I'm not going to make you roll to follow because she's like paved such a strong path that you can kind of like drift up. You're riding in the like the
Right.
jet stream
Dang.
kind of drift. Yeah.
I just feel like I just jumped on her back.
that absolutely fair. Yeah. Dapple next round to get up the ladder. That's going to be like a commit yelling to get people out of your way roll, but we will get to that. As at this point, Fomarai. Okay. You're shoving out of the way. Left that guy. They're gonna have one the one of the as the waves of combatants are coming forward, an uninjured Fomarai is gonna get a swipe at you, Dapple, as you are trying to flee or to retreat. And they are as another werewolf very clearly, well, you may not realize it, but this is Lydia. Lydia's on the scene now, is going to give an order to attack for the rest of the Fomarai as this battle is getting pitched and you all are leaving because heavy injuries have happened. All right.
So are we saying that this is Lydia versus Lydia?
Yes.
I'm kidding. 'Cause, you know.
All right. Okay. Let's
Stone's Throw is indeed going to try and murder Five Step Waltz.
Yeah. Okay. They are gonna make a they're getting empowered by their leader showing up. So it's going to be 2 attacks. So they're just gonna try and bite at you. And another one. Okay, that one's worse. We're gonna do that first damage first. This is lethal damage. This is not aggravated, actually. 3.
Oh,
Yep.
Apple, roll a stamina check real quick. Just raw stamina, no wound modifiers. Difficulty 8.
Oh yeah, for regeneration.
Yeah.
You're muted.
I thought I had muted. I can do that from my advantages tab, right? Or combat?
I think just go to your regular rolls.
Okay.
It's a regular.
and put in a modifier to compensate your wound penalty because this does
Yeah.
not count wounds.
Come on, computer. Three successes.
You have one less. You have one less injury than you had before.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna roll damage here. First attack, 2 lethal. Second attack is. Oh yeah, soak that. Second attack, no successes, just 1. See if you soak it, but probably, yeah.
Yeah, no damage.
They are biting and clawing at you, and you are just soldiering on. And we get to your. Well, actually, Alexis, you are behind.
I
you
am
can
on
see-
the back. I am. If there is anything coming up at this point,
Mhm.
that looks wormy,
Mhm.
they're getting shot. Otherwise, I'm basically covering the escape.
Okay, excellent.
Well, writing my Black Fury.
There we go. Excellent.
There's no nice way to put that.
I'll have you make an attack
It's fine.
roll.
You're kinfolk.
Right.
I'll have you make an attack roll. Are you aiming
Okay.
at a werewolf at this point, or still at just Fomarai?
No, I'm aiming at a werewolf
Okay.
because the
What?
werewolf just killed some motherfuckers.
Give me an attack then.
All right. I am spending a willpower point on this.
I'm
Beautiful.
assuming you're using my gun.
I'm using your gun so I don't get my specialty of shotguns.
Mhm.
This
Is that a shotgun that you have?
I have a
Or is
shotgun,
it-
but my
no, this
but
is
my
a revolver. That's
This
right.
is a
Yep,
revolver.
My
Yep.
silver-loaded gun is a revolver.
Yep, that's true.
So that's 7
Fuck yeah.
successes with
Beautiful.
willpower.
All right, roll damage.
The base damage
Um,
value is 6 on the Colt Army 44.
Right. Yeah. So plus 7. No, wait.
Mhm.
Plus 6. 6 plus
Plus
6.
six.
Plus 6.
Still.
5
Five-
aggravated
5
silver.
aggravated silver damage. Did I just kill a werewolf?
They get a chance to
No, it's silver.
stabilize.
Oh,
Oh, they can try and stay active. That's the
they
only
can
chance
try
they
to stay
get.
active. That's
Yeah.
true.
Just like. Oh wait, you know what though? Did they
Did they
still?
already-
Did they
did they
still have to
already
do?
do
Yeah,
that?
they still have to do that, even if it's just lethal that they've got.
Yeah.
Correct.
Actually, you know what? They would have the same ability to regenerate on their turn, and I didn't do that for them. Let me see.
Mhm.
Let me roll that. So that's a what is that again? That's
Stamina.
stamina.
Raw stamina, difficulty 8.
Okay, stamina, diff 8, and I gotta cancel out how much? -1. They're not super injured, unfortunately. That's why things went bad. All right, I didn't do that, but hey, you know what? They're actually all healed up. Look at that. You do not kill a werewolf. As they're gonna try, and they can't soak that, but 5. They are heavily injured, but you did not kill them.
So
As you
just to be
fired-
clear, the fact that they succeeded, they get 1 point back. They don't get 3 points back from
thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
That is very good to know.
regeneration only ever heals 1 point aside from
Yeah.
staying active.
Yeah.
They would still be. They would be at crippled then.
Okay,
'cause
that's fine. That's good enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, crippled's fine.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
I'll take the minus
They just
5.
gonna. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna run through a corridor of angry guru. It's fine. I did my part.
Yep. All right.
Got time.
That was Alexis. Here we go. Dapple.
Okay.
It's crowded. People are not going to get out of your way unless you tell them to.
Oh, yeah, no. Give me just a second and let's see how well I roll on this.
Just go full Andre and Princess Bride.
Everybody move!
Yeah.
Manipulation or charisma for this?
I'd say it's charisma because it's not really like manipulation is more subtle than
You're not appealing to anyone's sense of logic or,
Yeah.
or emotional reason. You're saying, get the fuck out of my way.
yeah, unless you are.
No.
What's your okay? Yeah, manipulation and then
charisma
leadership
you mean?
or intimidation.
Charisma, intimidation, and
Or
leadership?
yeah. Sorry, charisma, leadership or intimidation.
Go with intimidation because I don't
Okay.
have.
Okay.
And you said diff 6?
Fucking
No, diff 8.
Diff 8. Fantastic.
At
I'd like to put a willpower into this.
I would love to put a willpower into this.
can do that.
2 successes.
2 successes. It is hard. You hear a lot of grumbling and some cursing at you as people notice. There is going to be some talk about fleeing. But you are able to push your way through and make your way up to the surface. At that point, yeah.
At that point, she gets Alexis and Eileen, like throws Eileen's body to a safe spot.
Yep.
Gets Alexis off of her and then right back down.
Okay. At this point,
Yelled out,
actually,
I'm telling your mother.
let me see here. Rather than keep doing combat for this, Dapple, how much damage do you currently have? Do you have any?
2.
You have 2?
Yes.
Let me look here.
I will state that she is switching to bow and arrow and staying in the back. I don't know if that really helps any, but that is her current.
Yeah.
I'm also roll another stamina. You might only have 1.
That is true.
Yes.
The entire time she is singing in Gaelic a song about Artemis.
Okay. Beautiful.
Just trying to rally the other Black Furies behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have 1 wound currently on
I
you.
have 1.
Okay.
I have 1 wound currently.
All right. You have, as the battle in the heart of London here rages on, you have a 75% chance of surviving this. I have a D100 roll. Do you want to be high or low is better?
Hi.
Okay. So you need to have above 75 on this.
Wait.
You said 75% chance of survival is you want to roll above a 25 if you're rolling high.
But higher is better.
If it's a 75% chance of survival, it's a 25% chance of dying. So high is better. You want to roll above 25 to live.
Yes. Yeah. You're correct. Yep. I did that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No.
Dapple decidedly dies boosting her allies.
Yep. You die a glorious death. Songs will be sung.
The only people that survive this.
Tomorrow night, Eileen wakes up on a boat with Michael and Alexis.
And
the only people that survive this is the person who wasn't here and the 2 rogues.
Oh no, I'm not deciding whether Wolfric died in this or not. That's you can make that roll. I'm gonna have a percentage chance roll like Dapple. as the
On a
steamship
boat.
steams across the Atlantic. Luckily, you didn't pick one of the ships that sunk.
That would have been fucking cool. Oh, it's fine.
You made
I
that
know.
roll.
I know that it took place going.
I
the
was
other
here to see if
but
Michael
It's fun.
survived.
I got on the really big ship here.
Yeah.
The Titanic is great.
Today.
I know it started off from the
Yeah.
United States, but
Also much later.
also much later, like 27 years.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
it was like
1900s.
early 1900s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 1912 or something like that.
1912, and the Titanic started off from Europe, not America. It was going to
Yes.
America.
Oh, never mind.
Mhm.
It was going to New York, but they never reached.
See, I thought it was going the other way, and they
Yeah.
sank soon.
Nope.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
because I know where it is. I just didn't. Yeah. Anyways.
Yep.
I have a vast knowledge on this subject.
Eileen, heavily injured.
Definitely with new battle scars.
Oh yeah.
I just thought the idea of you wake and I was like, so how's your New York accent? Because guess where you are right now.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't suggest crossing the gauntlet right now. You'll just end up in water.
He like sits up, realizes how critically injured she still is.
Oh yeah,
Because it's
also
gonna
you're
be-
nearly dead.
It's gonna be like weeks before she gets rid of all of that aggravated
Yep.
damage.
Mm-hmm. And that is where we end. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle. It's been a pleasure to run. And next week,
Holy
hopefully,
shit.
or coming after this, is a return to Roman vampires. We will see you then. Until next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.